morning students. Today we will discuss fruit and seed. So what is fruit? After fertilization, the ovary will develop into the fruit. Okay, so we can divide fruit into two parts. One is seed and one is pericarp. Pericarp means the ovarian wall will develop into pericarp. So you can see this is the diagram of the fruit and different parts of the fruit. So the pericarp is of three types: epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So epicarp means the outermost layer of the fruit, and that is generally known as the skin, which we don't eat. And the next part, that is the middle edible soft portion which we eat, that is the mesocarp. And the innermost part or the inside part, that is endocarp, and it covers the seed, and inside there seed is present, which helps again in formation of new plant. Next is different types of fruits. What are different types of fruits? Dry fruit and fleshy fruit. So on maturity, the pericarp becomes very dry and thin, and it generally covers the seed. So this is known as dry fruit, like in walnut, in bean. These are types of dry fruits. And next is fleshy fruit. So when the pericarp become very soft, fleshy, and we can divide the pericarp into that three part, that is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So these are known as the fleshy fruit. You know what are the fleshy fruits: mango, orange, etc. Now we are coming seed and its different parts. So what is seed? So the ovule present inside the ovary, after fertilization they will develop into seed. So now see what are its different parts. So first one is seed coat. It is the outermost layer, and it protects the inner part of the seed, and during germination the seed coat takes the water from the soil and breaks the outer covering, and it helps in germination. Next, inside the seed coat there is embryo, from which the new plant will form. So there are two parts, one is radicle and one is plumule. So radicle helps in formation of roots in new plant, and plumule helps in formation of shoot system and leaves in new plants. Next is cotyledon. So this is a part of the seed. It is generally known as the seed leaves. Okay, it nourishes the embryo and the seedling during germination. So seeds with one cotyledon is known as monocot. Mono means one, so monocot seed like maize, rice, etc. And the seeds with two cotyledon are known as dicot seed. Like in bean seed, in pea seed, you can divide it into two. So it is dicot seed. Next is endosperm. So it lies just beneath the seed coat, and it provides food to the embryo. So these are the diagram of one monocot seed and one dicot seed. So as you can see, the outermost layer, that is seed coat, inside that there is endosperm. Next the embryo is there. This portion is embryo. In embryo, radicle and plumule is there, and the two parts in bean seed, you can see it is divided into two parts, that is cotyledon, and is corn seed or maize, it has only one cotyledon, only one part. Okay, so next we are coming to germination. So what is germination? It is the process for the formation of new plant from the developing embryo. So there are some conditions necessary for germination. First one is water. So without water, one embryo or one seed cannot germinate. And during germination, the seed coat or the seed takes the water, it swells up, it breaks up, and it helps to formation of the root system and shoot system. Next is oxygen. Oxygen is required for respiration in the new seed. Next is temperature. Proper temperature is required for the development of new seedling or in germination. Generally the temperature between 10 to 35 or 30 degrees Celsius, that is exact suitable temperature